Hi, this is Susan Givens. I'm the publisher of AutoSuccess, and I am here today doing our Driven Her Way series. I have Ashley McArthur here with Long McArthur Ford, and I'm so excited to have this conversation with you today.
Me too. I feel like we've had some great conversations before, so to share it is amazing. I'm excited.
Yes. So this is so interesting because this is very rare in our industry. You are a fourth generation McArthur.
Yes.
And I think that's amazing. Do you think that there was ever like a moment that you would do something different, like outside of the automotive industry?
You know, I went to college for communications, so my background's in TV, radio, all the things. I was interested in being a meteorologist, and so I knew that I kind of wanted to do something like that. I had been at the dealership since I was 14, and so once I had graduated college, the dealership had these really cheesy commercials. It was like talking reindeer heads and all sorts of things. And I was like, okay, we can sell cars and we can do it better than that. So I started doing the advertising and communication, or advertising and all that, and loved the different vibe and loved that I could be creative. And so I just stayed.
So you got to do kind of what your passion was about anyways within college.
Oh, 100%. And it's crazy over the years how my job has changed so much. I've been there 25 years. We're actually celebrating 75 years this year. So huge milestone for our dealership.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about 75 years. I know that's amazing.
Yes.
In our industry. So how are you celebrating? What are you doing?
We have so much stuff going on at the dealership. We're definitely celebrating our people, which is the most important thing, the people who got us to 75 years. We're doing different lunches, different t-shirts throughout the dealership, and then we're also focusing in the community. So we've got a special branded logo and a whole thing around our 75 years. We're talking to different clubs and things like that to come in for our car show. I know this Mustang Club of America had kind of looked at our location, and so something fun will be going on there. We have an event coming up where everybody's going to dress like an older self. So celebrating 75 years, who was your role model in 75 years? I'm thinking I'm going to rock the gray wig, curly hair, you know, maybe a walker. We're going to do some fun stuff. So
okay, I need pictures of that.
I know. But just doing some of those out of the box things that we haven't done in a while. We actually do a concert series that we've done before called Live from the Lot. So looking at bringing that back, we've had some really cool artists from Florida Georgia Line to Jay Allen, Lee Bryce, Chris Lane, just some really, really big names that we kind of brought in early. And then by the time they played Long Mac, they had exploded. So hoping to get another score with that. But that's always been a really fun one. And so.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so to talk a little bit about community. It seems like you do a lot with your community, and your dealership's Driven to Give campaign has put Fords in the hands of people in your community, schools, colleges. Tell me a little bit about that and just giving back, and what has it meant to your community?
I would say that that's kind of at the core of what we do, is being able to give back, being able to support our team in that way was where it kind of started. We have a basketball team of one of our employees, and so being able to support that cause. And then there's also things that we do in the community where we actually can look back, especially it's been fun over 75 years, where we were one of the first dealerships that donated a Dare car. And then a couple months ago, it was really fun because we donated the Dare car again, and we've been doing it for so long, and to see the different eras that we've been doing stuff like that. So of course we get back to schools and colleges. We have some colleges that drive Mavericks from us. And that's just really been at the core of who we are for our community. They do so much for us, and it's only fair that we go and give back to them and support them. So
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, you've got the last name on the sign. That carries a lot of weight, but it also means that people are watching you show up. What are you doing to like kind of build your own credibility, your own identity within the dealership?
So I actually don't like the line that my name is on the building. In my eyes, that means that, you know, I started at the very bottom. I started detailing. I detailed cars for 4 years. I actually joke that I use detailing cars sometimes more than like what I learned in college because I still use it. So, but I love being able to tell that our team knows that that's where I started. And then worked my way up through service. I worked in body shop, and then I've kind of found my niche with that communications and the advertising, but that's also telling our story. Yeah, I don't like the word that my name is on the building. I feel like that means that I had to work even harder to earn that respect. And I think that the other siblings and things like that in the dealership kind of feel that way as well. So
I can see that. I've heard in past conversations we've talked, and I know that you've worked really, really hard to get to where you are. So
yes,
that's amazing. That's awesome.
It's very important.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so if a young woman came to you tomorrow and wanted to get into the automotive industry, what advice would you give her to kind of further her career?
The first thing that I would tell her is that she needs to listen. So I feel like when you're going into any culture, no matter what industry, you kind of need to fill out where you're at. There's so many people, especially in the automotive industry. We had a guy retire the other day for 50 years with McArthur. And there's so much knowledge there and background. And I think that a lot of women come in and feel like, hey, I just need to justify why I'm here. I need to show that I'm the best really quick. And I think in the automotive industry, there are a lot of different personalities. So being able to get in there to listen, maybe find a mentor that's already in the industry, and just kind of figure out where your place is, how everything goes. And I think that that's probably one of the most important things that you could do in automotive or in industry. So
do you have any recommendations on how she could find that mentor? Like, would it be to attend shows? Would it be to get on social media and find people, in that same position? What would you recommend, and how could a new person coming into the industry find that person to look up to?
I do think that's very, very important. And I do think that women in automotive, we have a great group of women, and they want to share their stories. Mm-hmm. They want to support the next group of women coming in. And I think that that's very rare about our industry, and I love it. Yeah. Love it, love it. So one of the best shows I would say would be to go to Women in Automotive, where we all gather and find somebody who just inspires you. I actually just got a mentor, Anessa, with Dealer Teamworks. And so, just find that person who has the same personality as you, but has started where you started and has worked their way up through the industry, because obviously they have a very successful career path. They've been there. They know the way things are. They can introduce you to different people. And that's how you grow as a person and grow as a woman in automotive, in my opinion.
So just to dig in a little more, how did you meet Anessa? And then is there a piece of advice that sticks out to you that you could share with our audience that may be able to help them?
Yes. So I met Anessa through Dealer Teamworks. They do our SEO optimization. I would say if anybody doesn't have somebody who does that for them, Dealer Teamworks is definitely 2 thumbs up. And I met her through a great relationship with that company. And I'm trying to think, we were going to do an interview, I think, at one point. And so I met her that way, and then she just had a personality that I just latched onto. It was very obvious that she had worked her way up from the car dealership into her position now, and it was just inspiring to me. I didn't want somebody who necessarily had taken the same path that I had taken, but she's recommended different books for me to read, and when I've had questions, she's always right there. So incredible mentor. I'm very, very lucky, and yeah, she's just been great.
That's awesome. 75 years from now, you just celebrated 75 years. We talked a little bit about that. Mm-hmm. But 75 years from now, when you're going to be celebrating the 150th anniversary of Long McArthur Ford, which sounds like it's going to definitely happen.
It's crazy.
What do you hope they would write your chapter to be? So what would they say about, your legacy within McArthur Ford?
One thing that I definitely try to do with our team is I very much try to be empathetic. Mm-hmm. So I really hope that somebody's going to say, I came to her with a question about this, probably a life question, I hope a life question, and I was able to listen to them, possibly give some advice. But I think one of the most important things as a leader that you can do is just to listen. And then I hope that they talk about how the Long McArthur legacy continued in the community and the different lives that we affected through giving back. Also, that our team thinks that I'm a good person. I think that that's the best way to impact people, is just one person at a time. So, there's the business side to it, that Long McArthur was successful. Hopefully we would be in a new building, would double our staff and team. But I would say mostly that I was just a good person, and that I listened to somebody and impacted their life would definitely be the most meaningful.
I love every bit of that.
Thank you.
Okay, what piece of advice would you give for women who are younger in this industry to help further their career?
I would say probably the same thing. I think that respect is earned. So be very respectful of those that have been before you and that have learned those lessons that you're about to learn. And when they give you advice, don't take it as a negative. Take it as a positive that they care enough to give you that advice. And then also that you're learning from it. So I would say that that's a really big thing that I've learned over the years that I didn't necessarily know right when I had started the industry. You go in there and think that you know everything, and some of that stuff you do learn through the teaching at the beginning, but I think the things that make you a better person, that make you a better sales professional or anything else in the industry is to learn from those who were before you.
I couldn't agree with you more. So thank you, Ashley. Thank you for, your pieces of information and nuggets that you shared with us today. And we appreciate you.
And it's been a pleasure meeting you as well and learning about all the different things that you've gone through in the industry and grown as a person, and just absolutely a pleasure to meet you. So
thank you.
Yeah.